This is not the Metroplex you grew up with, but in robot form, he's pretty badass. What's up, guys? It's me, Bobby, and we are back with what I believe is the world's first unboxing of Transformers Legacy's Metroplex. The reimagining of Metroplex from what we used to know him from G1, Autobot City back in the day. Now he is an excavator. An excavator. Metroplex is a construction truck that can dig up dirt. Who knew we needed it? But Hasbro said we do. As we say here on the channel, it is what it is. But let's go look at the box first and foremost here. This is very 1980s graphics. It reminds me of like Poison or Cinderella or a little bit of Bon Jovi back in the day. The font, the graphics, the colors, that's what we're talking about here. So we've got Metroplex in his robot form, just kicking ass with his excavator tool here in his arms. This is a Titan class. This is the largest of the Titan class here. We have Scorponok, we have the Arc, and we have Metroplex. He stands the tallest. Really close to Scorponok, but I would say give the edge to Metroplex. Okay, moving around to the side of the box here, we got Rodimus Prime, various different characters, and we go to the back, and we get to see how he transforms into 3 different modes. Robot form, combat mode, and excavator mode. If you look at this closely, you might think that he's bending over waiting for a thermometer. That could be the case, we do not know, but there is no thermometer that came inside the box, that we saw at least. So, but it does look a little bit odd. In combat mode, he looks pretty cool. A little stockier, not as tall as he is in robot form, but you see his excavator tools are now part of his arms here, which is actually pretty wicked. I like that. And then of course in robot form. So we'll transform all these in just a bit. But I think this is sort of like the bonus transforming feature, as we mentioned, because there is no manual to how to do that. You have to kind of figure it out yourself. Let's get down to talking about Metroplex here. As I mentioned before, a reimagining, you gotta be an open mind when you're looking at this Metroplex here, but I like what they did with it. The colors are absolutely awesome on this. Different from what I'm used to seeing, but the blue, white, red, black, a little bit of tinge of gold and gray does make him look very patriotic as an American, I have to say. Born in the USA. But on the face here, we do have very similar in terms of what Metroplex looked like in G1. We've got that very similar sculpt on that, of course, but the new coloring goes all the way through. He feels really robust and very solid. The details for the chest with the gold inlay right here with the little red dot right here looks fantastic. Gives it a nice peel with the waist right here with the red highlights there, and the gold around that looks absolutely cool. The blue inlay right there. His forearms look great. The hands are articulating. You can turn them around. You can move the thumb digit, but the fingers move as a whole with the 4 fingers there. So keep that in mind. That helps you be able to hold on to this tool. It did take us a while to figure this one out because it's all about weight and balance, because this is heavy. This could hurt somebody. That's why this is for 15 plus, because this could be used as a weapon. Sorry guys, it's really solid. And he's also really big as well. So yeah, you gotta move around his feet, his legs a little bit so everything stays in place, but once you get it there, that's just what you get right here. So it looks pretty cool. What do you guys think? Not too bad, right? Absolutely pretty wicked. Okay, so that's essentially Metroplex. I'll turn him around on the back so you guys can see what it looks like behind. This is where you can hold his excavator tool here. This goes on the back, sort of like how a samurai will hold a sword. You'll get that same look with this Metroplex version here, which looks absolutely wicked. As a matter of fact, that's how I prefer it. This one here, as you can see, it's rocking a little bit. It's not the most secure thing. It's not going to fall off, but again, you have to redistribute the weight on the body to make it stand up. The legs do articulate, turn around, which is great. So there's a lot of articulation going on here with him. So that's what he looks like in robot mode. Let's go into combat mode right now. Do you realize there's nothing here in the manual about this at all? Y'all can figure this out by actually looking at the box. So that's what you guys are gonna have to do at home, unless Hasbro does print out in the manual how to do this. It doesn't look easy, not at all. So a couple things to take note of here. There are some differences from the box in terms of the graphics and the paint than what you're gonna get in person. Case in point, right here on the box, these are gold on each side, but in person, it's actually all black. So that is different from the model here. I kind of wish it was gold. I do like the gold and black separation. It gives it a nice little bit of pop to the color, which is great. But overall it's okay. I really like this portion here with the gold inlay. I think the gold just really makes it come alive in a very interesting way here. Really good paint throughout that. But yeah, the arms, this is definitely going to take some length. So just go to the side here, you're going to get to see how long this is when it protrudes out. So if we were to use our display case here, we would definitely have to take away a shelf, and then this may hit a glass door. So this might be something that you need to consider when you're going to display it, if you want to display them in this way. Yeah, you could probably point it down like that if you want to do that, just to save some space. It doesn't look as cool when you have him down like that. He looks a little bit like, he's not really combat ready, but it is what it is. Okay, so let's go around the back here. We can see some of the details. The Autobot logo is right here. So I guess in combat mode, you don't know if he's an Autobot or Decepticon, so he can kind of get in there and do his damage. And then when you look from behind after you got your ass kicked, you go, oh shit, he's an Autobot. All right, so now that he's done kicking ass, we're gonna transform into excavator mode so he can take it up the... You see what I'm talking about? He literally looks bent over. Yeah. There's that joke they talk about Thanos and Ant-Man. I'm just saying, things in Cybertron happen.
Right in the scooper.
Right in the scooper, yeah. There he is. He's on all fours. That's his transformation. And then, of course, you've got this excavator tool here. And it's somewhat articulate, but there is a bonus feature to this because you would fold these down. But if you want to carry them around, these become a handle. So you can walk around and carry your excavator to wherever you want to go. All jokes aside, though, we're having fun here, and because it's 15 and over, who's going to buy this thing? We can have some fun talking about this. Let's look at him as excavator mode. It's okay, honestly speaking. It doesn't wow me, to be frank with you. This doesn't wow me in this mode. I think in combat mode and robot mode, he looks really kind of cool. This seems to me like, okay, we need him to transform into something, but does an excavator actually look like this per se? I don't know. That feels like there's a lot of gaps in between here. There's pieces that just don't look like it becomes like a part of a truck. You know, again, this is Cybertronian, so there's going to be some liberties in terms of design, but you know what I mean? It just seems to me he's on all fours. Now you got these wheels here, you got these tractor wheels here, but these don't roll per se. There's small little wheels underneath that are a little bit tight, but they'll roll a little bit. So keep that in mind. Then you got these guns here that go flip up and down, so he can go into combat mode. You know, he's still got to shoot when he's in excavator mode. We've got this piece here. It rolls, it makes sounds. Exciting. This opens up, claws. This digs, but does it bend down? It does, but you got to hold this piece while you bend him down. It doesn't go down to the ground because it's too short. But it does cover his backside a little bit, so if he wants a little bit of protection, he just brings his claw down in. Happy? Sad. This arm does turn a little bit. It's not 360, I would say about 45 degrees thereabouts, but this black piece will scrape on this right here a little bit. So it's not gonna scrape any paint off, it's black on black, but something to keep in mind if you do hear that or feel it, that's the reason for it. There's his head right there, kind of peeking out. Just final thoughts. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, in robot form, Metroplex looks badass. But in excavator mode, not so much. I mean, look at Scorponok for a second. In robot form, impressive. And he transforms into a scorpion and he looks great as that as well. You get Skylinks as a space shuttle. You can do various different things with Skylinks. Then you've got the Ark, which granted never transformed in G1, but they did make some amendments to it, and it looks cool. It looks really interesting. It had Teletran 1, it had a lot of Easter eggs inside of it. There's a lot of cool things to this Titan class that Hasbro did, which I thought was really wicked. But the biggest of them all, Metroplex, what used to be the Autobot city, there's no Easter eggs whatsoever, and they made him a construction truck. It's not at all what we grew up with. And it's okay to make some amendments, I get it. I mean, these things happen. Of course, you want to kind of refresh Transformers as we go into the years, but this feels the weakest of the Titan class, and we were hoping it was going to be the best of the Titan class. Anyway, those are my thoughts on this. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree with me, or are you gonna pick this up? You think this is the best of this entire series? I would love to hear from you guys on that. Like always, follow us on Facebook, subscribe to us on this channel, like the video, hit that notification bell. We got a lot of great content coming your way here at Geek Culture. Take care, stay safe, and I'll chat to you soon. Bye.